Hello, and welcome to Cyberpunk is Dead. This is our little actual play of the said RPG. It's a Forged in the Dark game made by me. I'm Petri Leinonen, and I will be the corporate today. And joining me, starting from that side, is Andu.
I'm Andu, Andreas Johansson. I'm a RPG and VR enthusiast. That's me. I'm playing Bravo.
Okay, and below me is Annina.
Hi, I'm Annina Kaski. I'm an actor and writer and a TTRPG player, as well as doing this show. I'm also on a D&D 5e actual play called Bardic Quest. So please check that one out as well.
You should be able to find the link in the description below. Okay, so to recap, and Christopher isn't joining us today, so it's just the three of us, but well, we'll see how this goes. Probably badly for the corporates. So, last time we were once again on a mission in Dawn City, in the unbuilt parts of the central area of the line that goes through the wasteland that is Dawn City. The group of three corporate operatives were heading to a location that they knew a former colleague of theirs was in, or at least presumably was in. They were tracking his gun and discovered it in a concrete block of a building in the middle of the line, in the middle of the area between the two built areas of the line. And while debating what to do and how to approach the situation, mostly because Requiem and Nova, who had previous experience with this former aide, had a bit of an issue with the fact that Nova had thrown the said aide out of a moving car the last time they had met. But while debating this, the door to this building opened and out walked a huge man wearing a lot of chrome, basically something either industrial or military grade stuff, looking more like a tank than a man, followed by the former aide of the character's boss, and then by another mercenary who was a bit more lean to their build, and this latter mercenary actually has spotted the three of you and is making eye contact with Bravo, who is in the front. Probably hasn't really recognized Requiem and Nova, but Bravo clearly. And it is painfully obvious that you are corporates from Murha Corporation because you're wearing the suits and you came in with a flying car that has Murha logo on it. So, not really something you can hide at this point. So, what do you do?
Okay, we're gonna. I guess it's time for some running.
Which direction?
Yes, we can run.
So
probably going for some kind of intercept in the direction they are seemingly going, or where they're probably trying to get to the stairs or elevators for the building.
Yeah, they're coming out of it, so either back inside from where they came, or there's a fire escape a bit further ahead. They could be heading that way, or possibly somewhere into the crowd. There is a large crowd here if they want to disappear, they could try and escape from there. So I would think that Bravo is heading somewhere towards the fire escapes, maybe.
Yeah.
Just running after Bravo.
Yeah. Okay. So you are actually heading towards them. Nova takes a bit more prepared stance, as he typically does, and stays a bit behind. So he's assessing the situation, probably getting some weaponry out or something, since that's his thing. The mercenary that spotted you, Bravo, your eyes tell you that he is talking to someone, and you can actually hone in on the conversation.
I do.
He is speaking at a low voice to an old style communicator somewhere on his persona, so not through the wire but through radio transmissions, and he is reporting that there are corporates heading their way, that they need support. He hasn't apparently reported this to the aide or the other mercenary. He's just reporting to someone outside your range.
They're trying to call in backup, so we're on an even tighter clock.
Yeah. You can easily catch up to them if you want. As said, they are not running away, they're just moving, and the mercenary on the back is putting a hand in somewhere in their coat. It's clear that they have a gun.
So when I was running towards them, or towards the fire exit, fire escape, did I at some point lose direct line of sight, or
no?
Was I managed to? Okay.
You can see them. You have seen them at all points. They are not running away. They're moving like away from the door. The one mercenary who has eyes on you hasn't stopped looking at you as you move, but is awfully calm, like not really worried looking, which is also always a bad sign.
Yeah, as I get closer, I try to there are lots of people around.
Yep.
So I guess I can try to somewhat hide what I'm doing as I'm approaching and trying to move between people. Bravo puts his hand inside his pocket, and with equipment,
yep,
I could increase my stress and expense by pulling having gear that's not listed on my default.
Yes. If there is something that isn't there, we can discuss that you could have it. But
okay,
yeah.
So my thought, a flashbang.
Okay, so that yeah, I need to add that to the list.
That's good.
Yeah, and it's calibrated in the way that Bravo have pre-configured his both his eyes and ears cyberware to filter out the a bang, so which would mean he'd be almost immune, or avoid the worst things of a flashbang while still Yeah. So he actually pulls out the security. So it's like he's holding it. He's holding it like he's holding a gun, but it's actually the grenade ready to. Dead man Swiss as at
if something happens, you drop it and it goes off and bang. Requiem, Bravo is approaching the group quite fast, and you are following.
Yep.
How does this make you feel?
I think Requiem is just blindly running after Bravo, but she doesn't actually know what to do because this is not her forte. So she's running after them, but kind of keeping an eye out to what exactly they're going to do. Are we going to tackle them? Are we going to shoot them? She's just running behind Bravo. That is her current action.
Yeah. You have a message from Nova. Nova is in position, whatever that means.
Yeah.
But he's probably parkoured off somewhere.
Okay. I think he'll get a message back in all caps that says, "What do I do? What do we do? I don't have military training."
Yeah. That's a very good question. The group of three stop and turn to face you. The big bruiser moves so that he stands between the aide and the two of you, and the mercenary character just moves to the side a bit and holds their hand in their coat pocket. Now that you're a bit closer, this is somewhat of actually, can I get no, I don't even need a roll. Requiem, your sort of, or actually Bravo's eyes like scan the person and there is a bounty on them. They're wanted for crimes that are listed below. So somewhat of a shady type.
Is it bounty dead or alive, or alive?
Yeah,
or what?
dead or alive.
Dead or alive, okay.
Yeah, so it's a quite good bounty, but bounty usually means that they are dangerous. It's a bad sign.
Of course, yeah. Okay.
Of the other person, there's nothing like of that sort.
Nothing.
But
okay.
But
the mercenaries had the bounty. Yeah.
The mercenary type had a bounty, but the big guy doesn't have it. If they've done something, they've done it so that they haven't been caught, or they're just more of a like bouncer type.
Yeah. By the way, we like within our official wardrobe, we have the suit. We're wearing suits, and then we have the car. Do we have some kind of like, corporate badge or something similar?
Yeah,
like
you can identify yourself. Basically, it's sending an identification through the wire, just like.
Okay, so it's completely digital. We don't have any physical kind of old school kind of stuff. No.
No, but mostly those who don't have wires believe that you are corporate just because you look the part. But for those who are wired, you can send a confirmation that you are corporate, part of Murha team. So.
Okay. Oh, I have an idea.
Okay.
I have an idea. As a extra bit of equipment, if I obviously pay for it, could I have a taser?
Ooh, yeah. Ranged taser or like poke type of taser.
Like a ranged one.
Yeah, like those
shooting those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely can have that. Just mark one of the sidearms or something for that.
Okay, yep. I'll put it as secondary sidearm. I'll mark that. That means a taser.
Yeah.
For now.
The sidearms are small caliber weapons to begin with. They probably wouldn't hurt the big bruiser, but they are non-lethal if you want, which is always a positive thing. So taser would fit that nicely. The aide or eight, as you knew him, looks bad. He has probably half his face is replaced with this cheap plastic-looking mold, like just covering the parts that were cybernetic on his face, and he has a very bulky-looking apparatus around his abdomen that's keeping his internal organs working, as most of those were partially or wholly replaced with cybernetics. So he's not moving really fast, even if he wanted to, and he's looking slightly annoyed. He looks
Bravo
at Requiem first, because he actually knows Requiem. You're that. Oh.
Original.
Yeah.
Then she's gonna try and taser him.
Okay, that sounds like a good
Nova
start. Can I?
Right after she.
Yeah.
Nova says, no. Bravo says to Nova, prepare for prepare your scopes for a flash.
Okay, so let's start with Requiem, and you are currently relaxed. This is of course the best state to be in. You're you don't have any stress. So that's 3d12 and keep the lowest.
Okay.
Lowest.
5.
5 is not enough, but it's close. I think it's close enough that since you have the equipment, it could be a success. Yeah. So that would mean that the equipment comes to use. So first of all, since you took an equipment, add 1 to your stress and 1 to your expenses, because everything costs money and stress.
Yep.
But with the taser, you get a nice clean success. So I'm adding 1 to your clock, dealing with 8. So you are at 2 out of 4, and the taser goes off and hits 8 square in the middle of his chest, and he's dancing around and falls down flat. The 2 mercenaries, however, aren't as friendly, but the big one just starts, you can see that he starts running towards you with both his fists or pistons raised, just for pummeling, and
Great.
the other merc pulls out a pistol that, from Requiem's point of view, looks very high tech. It seems to be more moving his hand or their hand than they are moving the pistol, so it's auto targeting or something. So Bravo, you had a flashbang.
Yeah. The whole time Bravo had been holding it kind of like you hold a gun to hold under your cuff, and then right after the taser goes off, he kind of makes a kind of stumbling kind of move, and then his hand just flies up, and the grenade flies away towards the target, possibly not expecting something to fly their way instead of a gun.
Yeah. So you are prepared. That means roll 3d12 and keep the middle result.
And that's an 11.
Ooh. Yeah. So this is an overreaction. How big of a flashbang is it? I think the question is like that's not an ordinary flashbang with that result, I'd say. Have you over?
No, it's a ready a real solid one, and he's intending to being he can take the hit, but the other ones will be pretty disoriented.
Yeah, it's like you would expect in this day and age for a flashbang to be something that is very controlled and brief, quick flash, quick blinding flash and disorienting sound. However, what you have is a proper good old-fashioned flashbang which actually has some explosive in it. So first of all, Requiem, everything goes white and the sounds go beep. That's and you collapse from the flashbang. That's like the first thing. The second thing is that, let's see, it wasn't, we're not in a totally uncontrolled situation. This is actually quite good. I'd say this is standard. So
how much?
So overreaction. The action succeeds, but there's an in-fiction complication. Guns are pulled out, and so on.
How is the surrounding? Are there a lot of people?
There's a crowd.
How close were they in the end?
Yeah, there's a crowd. Most of the crowd has taken distance from you as soon as you started running, and there were two mercenary types, but there's some stupid ones that have stayed behind. Yeah, so there's an in-fiction complication from your overreaction, and I'd say that's Requiem being affected by it. It's a logical conclusion from a flashbang. You, Bravo, get 2 stress from this and choose. Either the situation is now snafu, which is basically this is a firefight and everything goes, or your state goes up by 1, which would bring you to what? That's alert. So basically, you were as wired as it gets.
Yeah, I go to higher state. So I marked off 1 extra stress for the extra flashbang.
Yep.
And then 2 more. So then I have a total of 4.
Yeah, this is a very stressful situation for you. flashbangs aren't something that you normally do in a corporate job.
Yeah, and I hadn't done a live test of this, so it was like, this should work in theory.
Yeah, and it did. You can see perfectly, you can hear perfectly, but it's the other person's.
Bravo would cloth his gun right afterwards, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not ticking off anything from the 8 clock because 8 is already down, but I'm accounting for the 2 mercenaries now that they are also slightly hindered. The other one with the cybernetics is also blinded and deaf or deafened, and the one with the gun, although can't see or hear anything except white noise and white sound, has a smart gun which targets itself, so it doesn't like hinder them so much. Yeah. Requiem, you are in a field of white, and what do? You stumble onto your knees and are a bit disoriented.
Okay.
This wasn't something you were prepared for.
Do I have any idea where they might be in relation to me? Or is it complete disorientation?
You think they're in front of you because you were facing them and you had your taser there.
Yeah. Okay. So we were in a stairwell, weren't we? What was around us?
You were okay. So in front of you, like maybe 5 to 6 meters in front of you, there is the building wall, and 10 meters to your left is the fire escape, the stairwell, and some 30. And okay, we are probably back. What would Cyberpunk be without some terrible glitches of things just not working, which is really
without technology rebelling against us.
I wasn't expecting the flashbang to break the fourth wall.
Yeah, well, it does that sometimes. So where were we? I think I was describing what's in front and in the sides and so on. So 5 or 6 meters in front of you, there's the building wall. Some 10 meters to your left is the fire escape that you were sort of triangulating towards. And some 30-40 meters to your right is door number 7, where these 3 exited. And behind you there is a crowd and some maybe something like 100 meters behind you is the car.
Okay. 100 meters behind me is the car. Okay. Can I see the car or like?
Not at the moment.
I can't see anything.
You can't see anything at the moment.
Okay. How long does it take for the taser to reload? Or is it a one and done kind of deal?
I think it's something.
Winding it.
I'd say it's one of those that you have to like physically remove the cartridge and replace it with another one. So it takes you as much time as it takes you to do that. Like click and grab a new one and reload it. So with your experience, it might take a while.
Basically, what she wants to do is there like a corner or a wall or a pillar near me?
There is you remember that if you ran forward and a bit to the right, there is like indentation in the wall that could lead to some sort of an internal alleyway or something. But it means running towards them. Behind you, there is a like open space with people.
Well, it's because it's all bright. Everyone's disorientated, so I'm taking the risk to run
Forward
towards them and into. Yeah. I'm going to go to the forward and right.
Okay, good. You're doing that, and bravo, you are in control of the situation. What do you want to do?
Bravo was in process of pulling out the gun to take out the still seemingly armed and accurate mercenary with the smart gun. So, like, did his arms look like cyberware?
Yeah, arms and probably like some part of whatever sensory organs he's using or they're using is cybernetic. So like some part of them is still active, although some is affected by the flashbang.
Yeah, so I take aim and take a few shots at what's about the arm or that area of the
trying
chest.
to just take the weapon away.
Weapon or like arm or in that direction, not shooting center point.
Yeah. Give me a roll. Your alert, so that's 3d12. You have the gun, so that's you can alter the result, but 3d12 and take the highest. The situation is not
okay,
snafu,
so not advantage.
No. Actually, yeah, advantage because the flashbang disoriented the target. So I'll give you an advantage. So 4d12 and choose from the two highest.
Yeah. A 9 or 11.
Both are overreactions, and
okay.
The 9 you can't bring down to a 7.
I can or can't. Oh yeah, no.
Can't with just the gun. I already gave you an advantage from the flashbang, so I'm not giving you another one from that. So
okay, so 9 in this, I guess.
Yeah, it's an overreaction. How do you overreact? You were aiming for the arm.
I was aiming for the arm. I guess it's it hits the arm, but it also hits like all those goes into the shoulder, and like I guess there is maybe a bigger spread than anticipated.
So bravo. Also, you're frozen. Can you reset your camera? We're having technical difficulties today.
Oh, he didn't freeze for me.
Now
okay.
I can see both of you. Okay. And Requiem, I saw you the whole time, so you were okay. Okay, so the shots fire in a wider area than you were anticipating, and the caliber of the gun was maybe a bit stronger than you'd think. 2 stress from the overreaction, and either the
I wonder what's in the behind the target.
and either the situation is now snafu, or your state is one higher, and I think you are already at alert. So
yeah, I'm already at alert.
Yeah, so the situation is now snafu. All bets are off. Violence and calamity is possible resolutions from rolls. So failures lead to harm and all sorts of nice things. What happens is a mad scramble because there's just been a flashbang and your wires are trying to compensate for it. Bravo is the only one who is in even remote control of the situation and blasting away with the gun. And there's people are shouting, Requiem, can I get a roll from you to make a mad scramble towards the opening? So that would be 3d12, and you are currently... Are you prepared, or...
I'm still relaxed.
You're still relaxed.
Wow. Wow.
I must be, you know, I must have taken some anti-anxiety pills or something. Okay, so the lowest one, right? 9.
Lowest one is a 9.
Damn.
So that would be an overreaction. The action succeeds, but there is an in-fiction complication to the characters overreacting. Take 2 stress. Let's go through the mechanics first, and then the actual results. Your state is now 1 higher because you are overreacting.
Because, I ran.
Yeah. And there could be more mechanical complications rising from this overreaction. I don't think you're going to get away from the big one just by running. So you dash to the small opening, and it's not as small as you remembered before the explosion. And you dash in, and the big hunk of chrome and flesh charges after you, and basically, since you're succeeding in this, you are going to get away, but not in a let's say elegant way, but more, I'd say, something like things they're being collateral. So you're running. How do you plan on getting away from that thing?
Okay, how do I... Let me see. He's coming after me.
Yeah. Actually, he's he's coming after you. You're running away. Add 1 to your state, because this is one of your traumas, getting chased.
It is one of my traumas. I was just looking at it going, oh, great.
That brings you immediately to alert.
Trauma.
That brings you immediately to
so alert. I'm in alert. Can I, for storytelling purposes, still be holding what is left of the taser?
Yeah.
And as I run, whack him with it so I can get away. Yeah.
I'd even say that you managed to reload it while you were scrambling, just for the added dramatic effect. So overreaction is always doing more than you need. So you hit the brute with the taser and fire it off at the same time. Sparks flying, and he goes backwards probably half a meter, just bouncing on the concrete, and that should do it, and you keep on running again because of the overreaction. It's just going as fast as you can. Bravo. You have a sort of a bloody mess in front of you in the form of the mercenary. Also, it would seem that you've hit 8 at least once during your firing.
Even though he was like...
Yeah.
He had fallen to the ground.
Ricochets.
Damn. Ooh, yeah.
Not a bad hit, but still, like, he's hit. He's out of it, so at least he's not screaming. But yeah, you've hit your target with a bullet. And yeah, the next thing is you hear a gunshot. Like a very high caliber gunshot. The sort of gunshot that you've grown accustomed to when dealing with Nova's support. And it is almost immediately followed by another gunshot from the opposing direction of almost similar magnitude. And
oh, damn.
You both at this point get a small message of medical team has been summoned and arrival in 3 minutes. And this is just like a notification for your team that one of your team is down.
Mm-hmm.
You have good insurance, so there is a medical team on their way.
Mm-hmm.
But there might be a sniper up there. Requiem, you are at the end of a very long internal alleyway inside the huge block of concrete.
Mm-hmm.
There are doors that lead into the building. There's doors that lead into apartments. There's fire escapes that lead upwards.
Mm-hmm.
And the back the way you came, there is the big brute that probably is sorting himself up as you think.
So he is okay. If he was impacted, but
yeah, most likely with all that chrome, he is getting back up eventually.
What I would like to do, now that I'm a bit more hidden,
you also can see and
hack.
You can see and hear normally at the moment, so the effects of the flashbang are gone. So you'd like to hack?
I would like to hack the big brute's cybernetics. I basically, if I can, I want to make his hands completely unfunctional.
Okay, that's
my aim.
Yeah, that would bring you you ran away and then the guy is getting back up eventually. So turn around and head to him. Well, that's a good thing.
Do I have to? Can I do it from from behind a pillar, or do I have to do it
physically?
Right next to him?
Physically.
Okay, I'm going to hack him physically. I'm going to hack him. He's down for now.
He's down for now. So you can basically shut him down unless he happens to wake up. So it's.
Then now is the time.
Now is the time, and for that I'm giving you a nice roll, 3d12. And take the highest.
3d12. 12.
Yeah, that's an overreaction. You get there in good time. Actually, you see how his systems are rebooting. So it's like you were right that. He would be up in a moment, and you just jack in and you go to town. With an overreaction, first of all take 2 stress from just
Too stressed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Stressful,
yeah,
right.
this is how you get stressed. Your state would be one higher if it wasn't already at maximum. And I'm thinking of giving you a mechanical complication from this.
Do I tick off the digiboard?
No, you don't have to. You're getting the result. The best result just by
the result.
Yeah, the result just by virtue of doing it.
I imagine I'm just taking wires and like yanking out instead of actually. I'm too stressed to.
Yeah,
that's what I've imagined. Is she's just grabbing wires and wrenching them out.
Yeah, and since you're basically sticking your hand into live circuitry and wires, I'm actually giving you a harm from that. You just put your hand into something that is still high voltage, so like poof, your hair goes in a nice spiky look, even spikier than usual, and you stumble back a bit. So you have a harm.
One harm, yeah.
One harm.
But he's down.
He's down and out, and probably like very, very much down and out. I wouldn't bet on him getting back up anytime soon. So, bravo. There is probably a sniper somewhere.
Yeah, so I heard both the shots. How well did I manage to triangulate the shots?
I'd say that you can put your ears calculating the location from like replaying the data. So in a couple of seconds you
which one.
Yeah,
and I heard which one was the type of gun I know Nova had.
Yeah, you know that the first one was Nova's. The second one was unknown.
Okay, and when the shot rang off, it wasn't nothing in our immediate surrounding was hit.
No.
Okay, so it seems like a sniper duel or something.
Yeah.
I guess Bravo would try to get his way to closer to Nova to be able to provide cover or immediate first aid, but of course trying to like get there by having something like a possible cover from the other direction, from the shot where the other from where the other shot came from. So
yeah, Nova
maybe not the direct route, but something like try to get.
Yeah, Nova is on top of one smaller building. One looks like almost a stall, like a vendor stall at this marketplace that's behind you. On top of that, some maybe I'd say 50 meters away from you, or a bit further. So you can head there quite easily. And
through the wire, of course, I shout out to Requiem that 13. I'm going to check in on Nova.
Okay.
Those other ones won't be running away anytime soon.
Yeah, which reminds me, I'm ticking one Actually, yeah, I'm ticking one of the segments of the 8 clock because you've dealt with the security.
So is that internal threats or corporate
The 8,
espionage?
the 8, the 4 segment clock. So it's now 3
The
out
4
of
segment.
yeah. It's now
Yay.
3 out of 4. So basically, what's left is getting 8 out of here. That's that's the 4th tick or something similar.
Yeah.
Maybe finding out here or yeah. Bravo, you managed to get quite close to Nova, and the calculation of where the other shooter is complete, and it's on the 7th floor. On the 6th floor of the building, right next to where the gun is.
The counter sniper came from the same building as where the aide came from. Is that what you said?
So it's and it's in the same room basically as the gun is, because you have a good location on the gun and a good location on the sniper because you heard where the shot came from.
13. The other sniper was left in the apartment.
Oh. Do you want me to stay down here or?
Yeah. Don't go. don't go running there.
There is a gunshot again, and a bullet ricochets quite close to you, Bravo. It comes from the 6th floor.
Okay. I stay in cover and listen to how Nova is. I assume I hear his breathing or something, or gurgling or anything.
You hear something, at least heartbeat.
Heartbeat. Not the heavy breathing, not the gurgling.
Nope. The med evac is about a minute away. So it's coming really soon.
I think he'd get a message from Requiem going, is he okay? Is he going to make it?
The evac is here soon. Yeah, he's probably going to make it.
Okay.
Painful moments pass, and you see a military grade, basically a combat helicopter, come into view that lowers down towards you. You hear a very loud voice telling everyone to disperse and leave the area marked, and there is a on your wire there is a virtual area marked that you should stay clear from, and even even those who don't have a wire have the sensibility to get away from the helicopter as it lands, and a group of people in military gear come down on ropes and start performing CPR on Nova. As the crowd disperse, Bravo, what are you doing? Your human shields are disappearing quite fast.
I'm going to get back towards the Bravo is going to try to get his way back to towards the apartment.
Yep, the building.
And carefully and see if the jury is already left, or if they are.
Yeah, that would be a roll.
Okay.
3d12.
And alert, yeah.
Yeah, and if no, nothing, since you have harm. No, actually, you can help if you want to help in this Requiem. You can.
Yep. Yes, I do.
So that's 1 stress, and you get an advantage on the roll, Bravo. And do you have ideas on how you're helping Bravo get here safely?
I can. Can I hack the building so the windows all go opaque, so no one can the shooter can't see?
Ooh, yeah, probably not the whole building, but the 6th floor.
But like
Yeah.
that floor,
Yeah.
yeah, 6th floor.
Yeah, you do a quick hack, and the windows go fully opaque, so you have an advantage to your roll. So,
and I get 1 stress.
You get 1
right?
stress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got 8 and 8 on that.
Do you have some equipment that would help you in this? Because you're 1 away from a normal success, which is a lot better than an overreaction.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking that this is the situation where I'd activate the sonar part of the bat sonar 3K38 as I'm approaching to get readings on, like, if I hear things moving on the floors, if something is still in the apartment and so on. So I have a good idea of what's there before I see it.
Yeah, the thing about cyberware is that it only allows you to make a failure into a success, not an overreaction into a success. So this is a job for regular equipment.
Yeah. Otherwise, I only have the sidearm. Like I'm still probably reload it in the brief pause waiting for the evac, but otherwise with the sidearm drawn. Approaching the.
I'd allow you to use that for covering fire, just like shooting at that direction to keep anyone from like shooting towards you. So that would bring it down to 7, which is now I'll be feeling stupid if I'm remembering the numbers wrong. Yeah, it brings you down to 7, which is a normal success. So you run to where Requiem is, and you don't get shot. Either because you're shooting back, or because the windows are tinted so that no one can see anything through. But you are there. The aide is right there next to you, still unconscious from the taser.
He how out in the open were we when we, like, if Bravo would try to like pull him like into cover to.
There is the small hole in the wall that Requiem ran into that is very good cover. So that's like easy place to hide in. You get a message saying that med evac is complete, and you see the helicopter lift off. insurance. That's always fun.
All right. Yeah. This wasn't as bright of a plan as unplanned. He tries to look at the aide and sees if it's needed to be kept, if he's bleeding or something clearly too.
It's hit,
or if it's
it's hit one of the cyber parts he has, so he now has a non-functional arm or something. Nothing to worry about. Just
right. So yeah,
or actually leg, just to make it hard for him to walk.
All right. So we were kind of on a mission to get that gun back or get some info out of him, but 13. How functional would it be to tap into his spine to get any extra info or something? I mean, I don't know. This guy doesn't seem like having a cyber brain, or maybe he has. I don't know.
I'll try.
You actually know that he has so much cybernetics that it's basically a cyber brain that he has, even if it's not like he's replaced his own nugger with a toaster.
There's so much information.
Yeah. Okay. That would be a roll of 4d12. And I get to choose from two of the highest ones, since you are hurt.
From me?
Yeah. You are hurt.
Yeah, 40-12.
If Bravo wants to help, before you roll, if Bravo wants to help by taking one stress and maybe holding the aide.
Yeah, I'll
steady.
Take one.
Hold him down.
Yeah. You can roll 3.
So 1.
3d12 and choose the highest one.
11. Overreaction.
Yeah. So there is some.
I fry him probably accidentally.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I think that's what's happening. So take 2 stress from overreacting, and
yeah. So instead of copying the files, you cut, and then it's oops.
Cut, paste. Oh no.
Yeah, so that's 2 stress on you. and for someone who has lower quality cyberware, he actually has quite good protections on his software. So you have to brute force your way through them, which is quite harmful, and since it's low quality cyberware, you can actually see the sparks fly a bit as you do. Yeah, but it's a success. So what do you want to know? You actually copy a lot of files, so you have a data bank to use in the future. But is there any pressing questions that you have for the immediate moment?
Did we have anything?
Whether he was the assassination attempt, whether it was in collaboration with someone.
Who's he working for?
Did he get funds? Yeah, or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm giving you the final tick of the 8 clock, because this is basically what you're getting out of him. The extra data bank is useful in the future, but he was hired to basically to null Mr. Star and keep his spine intact until it was delivered to a client. this is basically everything you already know from being present there.
Yeah.
But what you didn't have before is name, which is Mr. Feet.
Mr. Feet, as
Mr. Feet, as in those things you have.
Yeah, exactly.
In your legs.
Feet. F-E-E-T. Okay.
Yes, and Mr. Feet is apparently a fixer, basically one of those people who arrange jobs between clients and targets. So a middleman, but with this data, you actually have something to like incriminate him and maybe use as a leverage. And for that, I'm adding 1 tick to the espionage clock as well.
Woo! So that's 3 out of 8, isn't it?
That's pointing you towards an external threat. One thing I am starting now is a 6-step clock.
So many clocks.
Yes, since you already got rid of 1, but I'm starting a 6-step clock called Bad Things Happening. And that is basically, there is a threat against Mikael Starr, your employer, and once this clock fills up, it's going to happen. And if you manage to find out what the threat towards Mikael is before this fills up, then this will go away. And if you don't, then something bad happens to Mikael.
Okay.
And I'm adding 1 tick to it because you've spent some time now. So it's at 1 of 6. And when it gets to 6, it's bad. Okay. That's all you're going to get from 8, and probably all anyone is going to get out of 8. He is so filled with the cyber stuff, and you've gone through it quite, let's say, violently, that even when, if he gets up from that, he's not going to be a threat to anyone.
Yeah.
The pile formerly known as 8.
Yeah.
Do we drag the pile into the car, or do we just leave him? This is what Requiem's going to ask. No.
Bravo.
Bravo. Sorry.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna have much use of him anymore. You got out the good parts.
Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking of dragging the one with the bounty with us. This went south like real bad, so we.
Yeah. Will you help me move him? He's quite big.
Yeah.
Yep. You so you move the mercenary with the bounty to your car.
Yeah.
Luckily, no one is shooting at you from the 6th floor anymore. Whoever was there is there no longer. So you get to your car quite without further incidents, and are free to head back to Murha headquarters. You drop off the mercenary at some police station, basically. It's one of those jobs that the police still have is collecting and like taking care of the criminals that have bounties on them. So once you
there is it's like a police drive in, and then there is like the baggage handling from an airport, and we like drop him on the thing, and it's
from
like
the conveyor belt.
guy, can we Can we get a receipt?
Yeah.
You get a receipt.
Okay, thanks.
And what I'm going to give you out of that bounty is actually you can clear one expense each.
Yay.
Just because
I
there's
have one expense.
because that's counting towards your like you've done good, so that the money is always good for the firm, so it goes towards your expense account.
I bought myself a taser with it, apparently.
Yeah. You sent the receipt to the firm about the taser, and
my expenses here.
Yeah.
One taser.
Taser. You return to Murha headquarters, and Requiem, your hands are pretty burnt. Like it's you get some first aid on them, and they hurt a lot. It'll take a few days to heal, and
okay.
Yeah, unless you want to chop them off and replace them with something that's a lot faster.
I'll be fine with
Yeah.
if I get first aid and it's a 2-day wait and see, that's fine.
Yeah.
With medical care, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, you have some burns like from the electricity and such, and hopefully no nerve damage. But the medics seem hopeful. So what do you want to do?
Now we should, I guess, actually sit down and think a bit more than just run out. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry about I didn't figure the flashbang would work out like that. Like, I guess I forgot to give about an idea I might have in a situation. That was a hypothetical I forgot to bring up. Essentially, kind of.
It's okay. I mean, I think it, in the end, worked in our favor. We're here. Without the smoke, I don't think I could have fought those two. So
yeah, I mean, we would have needed to do something else, or go for the partner or something. But okay, now we have a cage of info from him and something on Mr. Feet was seeming to be a middleman, but we have some metadata and other stuff that kind of can. We're not going to go and knock in doors anytime soon. When looking at the state of our team, so maybe
you don't have actually current info on Nova.
We don't.
You don't. You the last thing you got was the med evac was complete.
Okay, can I search the database to see where Nova is now?
Yeah, a quick search later. He is in the hospital a few floors down, Murha private hospital, and in surgery.
Okay.
So he's in surgery?
Yep.
Okay.
What does his calendar say? Have they already placed him on how many dates are they expecting him to be?
Can I see that in the...
Nothing yet. Just currently on a sick leave is the status.
Yeah.
But you know that he's actually on a surgical table as you browse.
Okay.
There is a sound of din din as you get a connection from Mikael. He is as flawless and spotless as ever. smiling Pepsodent White smile. And how are things?
Well,
Nova is in surgery currently.
Oh, good.
yeah.
And we got a lead on who hired you got Requiem. You found out that Mr. Feet the Fixer was a middleman who got hired.
Aide, yeah.
Okay,
Hired aide.
so there is some shady characters, and you have a lead. I have been asked to perform a slight, public speaking in a very, very open event in a couple of weeks. So I would prefer if this debacle was taken care of before that. It's
Yeah.
Are you sure the invite isn't a trap, sir?
I don't know, but it is one of those opportunities that I cannot pass. It's an internal. Let's just say that I have an opportunity to present one of my pet projects, and he smiles that charming smile he does.
And Nova is probably so deep out of commission that even it's unlikely he could be off. Yeah. Okay.
Depends on his wounds. That's like the corporate
we'll
talking here.
It
really depends on how badly he was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So
we got double confirmed about the spine being the main target.
That's. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I do prefer my spine a lot. It is a very, very important part of who I am. And I would hate it to go away.
Of course.
Is there anything I can do for you? Do you need something from me? Can I help you? I would like to help you if possible.
I think Requiem kind of just holds up her hands like this. Maybe some better equipment for us for the next mission.
Of course. Naturally, and anything I can provide. Of course.
Yeah, and yeah.
Would it be okay if we wait until Nova is back up and running before we go back out on the field? Or
yeah, we are not in our line of business or in our situation. It takes actually 3 to tango for a rare case. So yeah, let's not make too.
Yes, of course. I completely understand, and whatever time it is that you need before you go out on the field to do whatever tango you need to do, but please do not stop working because one of you is down. Just
this is exactly because now we can pivot and focus 100% on the brain work and running the checks and going all the angles that we kind of put aside to perform an immediate action. So yes, now we're going in for the long haul and doing a more comprehensive approach to the situation. So
that sounds really good. Keep me posted.
We will.
Thank you. Bye.
thank you.
Lion goes dead.
I'm gonna have a cursory look to see what I can find from Mr. Feet. Does anything else come up if I use my hack board?
Yeah, let's see. First of all, the situation is now once again. What's It's clear. You're in no immediate danger. You have good time. So, if you can give me a 4d12 roll, and I get to choose from the two lowest.
Can you see if there is any, if Dr. Steel Eye had any dealings with?
Yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah, in case they're like on the espionage angle, they're like. Yeah, I mean she's of course she did deal out things like to the needy, but also probably did something to get out cash. So
What are the two lowest?
4 and a 7.
4 and a 7. I'm going to be really nice. It's up to me. I'm giving you a success because that's more interesting at this point. Disadvantage doesn't mean that you get the worst. It just means that I get to decide. So, Mr. Feet is a fixer on the uptown, the northern side of Dawn City in the built-up areas. This checks out with the fact that you were the delivery point where you originally were taking Mr. Star back when was in the northern part of the line. He does dealings there, and he is heavily affiliated with the street gangs. Not so much the corporations, which is quite typical for fixers. They tend to, until they reach a certain prestige level or something like that, they are more or less dealing with mercenaries, with gangers and such. And Mr. Feet is no exception. He tends to work with a gang, especially called, one moment. Probably, I'm thinking of a very thematic name here for the gang. Lynx, Lynx, Lynx. But of course, when said, it also sounds like Lynx, which is they are a hacking sort of gang. So it serves as a double purpose, the name. And
so they're a hacking gang.
Yeah, they're hackers, net runners, information stealers, and the sort. And that quite tracks with someone who is looking to steal someone's spine with information on it. The worrying thing about the Lynxes is that they actually they're the crazy sort who like to do things sometimes wirelessly, which is an insane idea because anything done wirelessly opens you up for basically all of the bad stuff on the net, on the wire. So they're very like foolhardy hackers and like the sort Requiem you probably wouldn't want to deal with just because it's stupid what they're doing. going and opening yourself up to the wireless net that is filled with AIs and whatnot is yeah. But yeah, the Lynxes are very much affiliated with Mr. Feet and vice versa. So it is quite likely that they have something to do with this. And for that success, I'm giving you 1 on the espionage clock. So you're halfway there.
Ooh. Yay. Four out of 8. Okay. Would I... Go on.
Who are the other main big corporates in Line City?
Oh, the big corporations. Oh,
I'm thinking about I guess like who is the other parts who are doing this espionage. It's probably not just the smart gangs, but it's probably backed by one of the other big ones.
Yeah, one moment. I'm hoping my Adobe Acrobat opens with my file there. Of course, that's the one that didn't have. Yeah, there's a couple of corporations here. Most of them are most of them are similar in size and shape to Murha, but Murha has the strongest presence in the city proper. So, like when talking about what corporations, it's Murha and then a couple of others. There we go. And there is. And I'm going to butcher the pronunciations on these, but Hiltseil, which is an infrastructure corporation, and they are basically the ones who built Dawn City. So whereas Murha is the one currently running it, it's built on Hiltseil's work. And then the other big one is Morder, which is a social like media company. Those are the two big ones that are worth mentioning here in this context. Then there are a couple of others, but like they are so small that you're just like, okay, if these don't track, then maybe those.
Could you repeat what the second one, the name and what they did?
The second one is Morder, Morder, and they are a media company, social media especially. They're basically the company that you send messages through if you're not using Murha's stuff. The thing is that I have all my notes in digital form, and I keep using analog notepad for running the game, so I have to copy my.
Right. So essentially, Murha is the biggest one, and like have a bunch of works with cybernetics among things.
Yes.
So are there any like forecast reports or any other things about either Hillsile or more the other one in if they are having any plans of expanding to other things or towards cybernetics, or recently bought up any smaller taken
it's
over or something?
like Mordor has a lot of cybernetic stuff, especially like you were personally considering between like your current model and a Mordor version of your ears when you were considering which to buy, and Hillsile Requiem, your improved wire connection is from them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like all the mega corporations deal in everything, but like Murha is a lot more into these. Like they're more the cybernetic company, and then they're doing everything else. Whereas Hillsile is an infrastructure company, and then they're doing everything else. So yeah, these are clear competitors. Like if you're speaking this out loud, or pondering this out loud, probably Requiem. You sort of like, okay, I have an Hillsile wire enhancer, and that's like they've been really pushing towards that sort of stuff lately. So it's like maybe something to look at. Of those, maybe Hillsile is the more like more interested or interesting option.
Okay.
Bravo takes a paper and writes down two things and then shows to Requiem, and it says essentially all buildings are potentially compromised by the builders of Line City. Point 1. Point 2, most social media and wires and things are compromised probably thanks to Mordor. So it's like, and then it's like A, B, or both, and it's like
Yeah, and as an added bonus to your murder board, there is also Murha, which is basically your other line of inquiry, which is internal, the internal clock, and Murha on the other hand has pause in the actual communication between everyone. So like. It's
So, where do we even start?
There is a knock on the door.
Ooh.
There is a delivery person. Hello.
Hi.
There was food delivery here. Scheduled for
oh yes.
Yeah. And
thank you.
Yeah.
She just takes it.
Yeah. It's for Nova. It's Nova's like a scheduled lunch.
Oh.
Are you hungry? Might as well not let it go to waste.
Yeah, might as well take something from it.
Yeah,
we're gonna eat his scheduled lunch.
Yeah, not much in the way of food, but there's the alcoholic drink that he always has with his foods.
Yeah. Okay, she's not gonna drink that. I think she'd eat. Just want the food.
It's not the most interesting food. It tastes a bit like cardboard, but like it fills you up, so it serves the purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's more of a distraction at this point. It's like, just
and speaking
fuel.
speaking
Let's
of
get
distraction,
fuel in.
yeah. Speaking, I think it's actually dinner that it wasn't lunch. It's like it's getting late. it's you've been at it all day, so it's getting late. The lights outside are turning from the natural light into these neon colors as the billboards light up, and the warm tones become darker, more industrial. Are you gonna pull an all-nighter or head home?
Requiem would be pro heading home because again she's got bad hands, but yeah.
I think this is a good time for us to let things simmer in the background and then with new eyes look at tomorrow. But as I indicated, I think it's if we can decide on whether it's 1, 2, or 3, which of the scenarios will make it easier for us to both deal with the inside and outside.
Yeah.
So let's think about things by ourselves and then do the paperwork here on the critical parts.
So see you tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Requiem, you head down a couple of floors into your cubicle level and into your.
Actually, if she's in the corridor, she might knock on Claire's door.
Ooh.
While we're here.
While we're here, yeah. There is short pause, and you get a message through your wire. Who is it?
Yeah. Hi, it's me, Requiem.
Hi. Oh, come. Oh, one moment. I'll be right out.
Sure.
And
I'm definitely seeing it, trying to figure out if she was in the middle of something, if she was doing something.
Yeah.
Anything.
She opens the door.
To anything suspicious.
Yeah, she opens the door, and we're in a clear situation. This is still a mission situation, so I'm going to want a roll from you, 4d12, and give me the two highest ones in this one.
Two highest. 10 and an 8.
10 and an 8. I'm going to be nice and give you the 8. So if you want...
you're being very nice.
I'm being very nice. So if you want to use equipment, then you can bring it down to a 7, which is a regular success, instead of going overboard with this.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to use... What equipment could I use? How do I
think that the good ones here are software, documentation, covert gear, basically, or something like those, or cash, just like getting food delivery
software.
and software.
I think software. No, actually, food delivery is probably smart. That's smart.
Yeah, it would be cash, just throwing cash around.
Cash. Let's do cash. This is how we're playing this. Let's do cash.
Okay, so mark the cash, and that is one expense and one stress.
Yeah. One expense, one stress. Okay.
Yeah, this is not gonna end up well. Yeah, I'm just looking at your stress. Just one moment. I'll let's see. Yeah, here we are. Your stress is at 9, and
9.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So hard or go home. Okay. Let's do.
Where is the oh, there we go. I was switching through views, through all the views. Yeah. So cash. What have you bought?
I think I've ordered like I think basically I've come in with like proper social junk food and some wine and being like, I've had an awful day. Don't suppose you feel like hanging out?
I was in the middle of come in, and like she sits you down on like put the food there, and I'll clean up, and while she cleans up, you sort of see a few things here and there.
Yeah. What do I see?
First of all, not really surprising, she has a lot of work documents laying around. Like just
I scan, and can I like while she's cleaning, is there any way I can scan them, take a sneaky photo?
You can get like some of them. Some are underneath each other, and so.
Oh yeah, I'll take the top ones.
Yeah. You get what you can, and with a success, that's good. There are personal files.
Okay.
Of basically executives of Mikael's like rank in the company. So basically his co-workers. You don't see Mikael's file there, but then again you don't see all of them. So like it's not a big leap to assume that Mikael's file would be Yeah.
I think, definitely take a photo of that so I can then go to Mikael and be like, look, she has all these. I wonder why. Why is she on our floor? Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Also, and this is the more worrying thing maybe, is that she has, first of all, what looks like a catalog for local mercenaries.
Okay.
So guns for hire, basically like one step up from using the Mr. Johnson app to get work for hire, but still like not that great. And then I think for a success, I'm going to give you that there is, and this is something that you actually get a copy of, not like shot. There's a shard with data, so you quickly like when she's not looking, make a quick copy of it.
Yeah.
It's a list of contacts, local fixers. And Mr. Feet is one of them. But, like, again, not that direct that it's the only one, but, like, one of 7.
Yeah. She's got Mr. Feet's info, but so do we. So it's like, I'm guessing it's that whole thing of, okay, she's got the info. This is,
Yeah. And for that, I'm ticking off one out of the internal clock, so it's now at 1 out of 8.
Woo! Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And well, she then like sits you down, and there is this change of attitude from her that is genuinely like she's like sits down, looks genuine, and asks like, what's happened, and is 100% there, like tell me about it, girl.
Well, she'll start by being like, look at my hands. Like,
oh my, and she looks and oh, this is shoddy work up, and goes get like some burn tape and whatnot, and comes and okay, let's do this again. This is terrible, and she just like opens up the bandages and reapplies the whole thing, and it like off game, like talking to a player. She does it pretty much as well as they did, but the thing is that when she's doing that, she's taking care of you, so it's like she can do something, so it's important probably for her at this point to do that, even if it's not like better that she does.
It's just the act. She's totally gonna let her do that, and then they will chat. She won't after this. After that, Requiem's just gonna talk to her. Like, she's not gonna try and get anything more.
Yeah.
I don't think. She wouldn't risk it. I think she got a lot. So she's now like, okay, let's just eat this pizza, Chinese, whatever it is, and have the rosé I ordered.
Yeah, it's good rosé, it's good pizza, and like I would reckon, and correct me if I'm wrong, this probably is like after such a stressful day, it doesn't take you that long to just start falling asleep or just like being, okay, I'm tired. So no long night for you today.
Oh yeah, no, she'll stay there for a little bit and then be like, I'm really tired now. Like, once they've eaten, once they've had the wine, then she'll be like, thank you so much, and then she'll
and she's Claire is she looks a bit different than before. She has changed her hair, probably literally just switched to another hairstyle and another set of hair, but like she's still that strangely like nonchalant about everything, like and asks you to listen to a song that she heard on the wire that was like made for her, basically just some remix of a song that was tailored just for her, and she plays it. Not really well. It's not made for you, so it's not like. But she's.
Well, I'll listen. Yeah. You play.
But yeah, she eventually like lets you go home and maybe keeps you a bit longer. Like maybe this one like there is this genuine like feeling that she's a bit lonely. That was sort of there before. That she enjoys the company, even if there is something else going on. But like that part feels like real. Yeah, you head home and your cat is there. Boots up when you enter the room and like looks at you and expectantly at the food bowl.
Yeah, so she feeds the cat and probably like cuddles the cat.
Yeah, and you fall asleep pretty much right there and then.
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah,
On
even
the
if
sofa.
it's a mechanical cat, it's still a cat. Even if there's no fur, there is still that feeling
Yeah.
of having a pet.
Yeah.
Yeah, bravo. Unlike Requiem, who just goes downstairs, it's again long walk down, elevators down, then to the public transportation area beneath Lion City, and into one of those tiny cramped pods that travel through and like down the line right to the area where the crack is, where your home is.
Already before he had
Yeah,
already before he jumps in on the pods, he cracks open a beer to have something to drink on the way out, and like loosens up, and the jacket over his shoulder, he's like, yeah, this is Nida.
yeah. You've managed to snag a pod that is relatively empty. You actually get a seat, which is a nice luxury. And you crack open a beer, drink it. As you leave the corporate area, some of the services in your eyes and ears turn off as you are no longer doing work, and they won't turn on unless you pay. So the world seems a bit duller and doesn't sound as vibrant as it did a moment ago. It's not a big charge. It's a microtransaction, basically. Just think and you have your full vision, but the corporation pays for it during the day. You have to pay for it during the evenings.
As they shut off, he thinks for himself and realizes that he's going to head home, throw on some casuals, and then go bar hopping and pay for full sensors to just go and just hear what's the latest in the seedier bars and any place he that might be like more gang affiliated, or just like not the better places, but the places where he knows he can be bar hopping and things, and he'd probably consider swapping out that cheaper faceplate for the thing.
Yeah. Give me a roll, the last roll of the evening. That's 3d12, and give me the highest. You're still alert. It's you are not really in a good place. Being chill and going bar hopping might backfire.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's true. It might well do that. So 3 and
Highest
3 dice and alert still, yeah. 8.
That's one away from being a success.
And what I was thinking about was, especially while going, of course, essentially multitasking with trying to get his stress down by drinking, but also trying to listen in on all discussions and things, and what he sees, what he hears, but also be trying to avoid any discussions or any people who seems to who might mention like a certain flashbang incident or something. Just in case, so not to be today's main character, totally not, don't want to be that, but like hear things out and possibly
Yep.
Uh,
do you want
if
to?
there is anything newest on links or other things.
Do you want to spend equipment to get that to a normal success instead of overreacting?
Yeah. I want to do that.
Do you have any specific equipment in mind? Cache, software, documentation, covered gear again, probably.
Oh, all right.
Covered gear would be like
covered gear.
Yeah, that would be disguise sort of stuff. So like dressing down.
Dressing down, like not just dressing down, but also switching out the cheaper face plates to all the visible cyber parts to not stand out as much. So covered gear.
Covered gear and give me the expense and stress out of that. With a success, you first of all you hear things that corporations are hiring gangers. That's not really like rare, but it's been a while. It's happening again. Usually means that violent crime is on the rise and such. The other thing is what you hear is that the Lynxes, they actually are holding up nearby where you live. In the same area, there is that they've moved in recently, and been keeping low profile. They don't work like the normal gangs do. They don't fly their colors and take over areas, but hole up somewhere, set up shop and do stuff online. With a success, I'd say that your evening ends on you listening. You sitting in a bar stool, pretending or drinking your drink and listening on two Lynxes across the room, talking about basically what sounds like setting up an attack against a corporation. Really vague, but enough to pique your interest. I'm going to give from that one check to the espionage angle, and also from the evening ending, I'm going to add one to the bad things are happening clock, so it's at 2 out of 6. Eventually,
they were planning a hit or
attack.
No, an attack.
And knowing the links from what you understand, attack probably means some sort of network or like system attack rather than guns ablaze sort of thing.
Yeah.
The sort of Requiem's wheelhouse stuff. Eventually, you head home. The Lynxes just disperse like people do. They go out, talk shit, and head home. So do you. But it would seem that whatever is going on, it's happening in your backyard. And I think this is a perfect place to stop for the night. Thank you. And thank you, viewers, for staying with us and even through our technical difficulties. And we will see you hopefully in a couple of weeks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.